49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, NorCal playoffs in basketball and soccer. We'll see Moreau Catholic battle Dougherty Valley, Carlmont meets University, and Sarah faces Clayton Valley.
Girls Hoops features San Ramon Valley and Pinewood, NorCal soccer semifinal and final games, and are girls sports getting fair treatment? We'll dig in and get some answers next on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start this week with a NorCal playoff game between two top Northern California teams. We've followed the Salesian Pride this season well on their way to an NCS title appearance, earning the 4th seed in the NorCal Open Division.
The Pride meeting Sac Joaquin Section Power Modesto Christian this week. The Crusaders went undefeated in their league with Long Beach State-bound Gavin Sykes averaging 23 points a game. The do-or-die game played at Albany High School on Wednesday.
It's your boy Jake Vandenbroek in Albany for the Open Division NorCal first-round matchup between Salesian and Modesto Christian. The Crusaders lighting it up from deep early as Trevor Dixon nails the triple in the corner. Here comes the Pride with Elias Obenya going with the spin move, and man, that's a nice finish. But this Gavin Sykes kid is pretty darn good. The Long Beach State commit draws the foul, throws it up, and yeah, count the basket. 14-13 Crusaders after one. But Salesian is off and running in the second quarter. Ronnie Solis finds Obenya, and here comes the flush. 14 points for the junior, and Elias is dropping dimes like this past to Carlton Perilliet, and brilliant Perilliet rips it down. Asante Johnson getting some great minutes off the bench. Check out the footwork and the finish with the left hand. 28-20 Salesian at the half, but Modesto Christian looks to make a statement in the second half. Gavin Sykes pulling up and nailing the triple. 21 points for the senior. Then Sykes finds Miles Jones from the wing. That's good. 16 points for Miles. 38-32 Salesian. And the Pride would look to regain that momentum. Ronnie Solis had a great game off the bench with 11 points, including this layup. 51-44 Salesian after 3. And the Pride would pull away in the fourth. Give it to brilliant Perilliet. Bucket plus the foul. 19 points for Carlton as Salesian advances to the NorCal Open Division semifinal round, where they'll face Riordan. Highlights of that game later on in the show.
Oakland High taking the trip down to the hilltop in San Jose to face Valley Christian in the opening round of NorCal's. The Warriors are at set to me. Maku feeds Justin Hampton at the wing, and that three gives Valley the 6-4 lead. And that lead gets extended when Brian Clark kicks it out to Jaden Zuge. Jaden for 3, and Valley Christian is rolling. Braden Harris stepping through the paint, gets the bucket to close out the first quarter. It's 16-4 Warriors after 1. Ojai has some work to do. Khalid Odemuyiwa with a great pass down low to Dominique Trotter, who turns and lays it in. The Wildcats defense picking up as well as Rome Neal gets the steal and breaks away. It is a 6-point Valley Christian lead at the break. Ojai down by 3 here. Odemuyiwa driving to the rim, finding space for the left-handed finish. It's a 1-point game. Now it's Deshaun Armstrong driving up the baseline. Deshaun goes up and under, and Oakland takes its first lead of the night, 23-22, and isn't done yet. Khalid kicks it out to Marcel, making Bennett the corner 3, and Ojai just completely takes over, leading 34-27 after 3. Valley's Brian Clark with a big fourth quarter for the Warriors. The and one opportunity there, and he follows it up with another, taking some monster steps to the rack, part of a 17-point fourth quarter. But once Ojai grabbed onto the lead, the Cats never let it go. Roman Waugh puts an exclamation point on this comeback victory for the Wildcats, who as the 13th seed upsets the 4th seed to keep their season alive.
Off to Oakland now as Piedmont takes on Oakland Tech in the first round of NorCal Division I playoffs, and it was all Piedmont in this one. Shaquila Zuberi kicks it out to a wide-open Brianna Webb, and Brianna makes it splash from three-point land. Now it's Janelle Solis with the dribble move, the step-back 3, and Janelle puts it in. 14-1 Piedmont after 1. More Highlanders in the second as Brianna Webb lets one fly again and again. Brianna knocks it down all the way from Laney College. Then it's Webb kicking it out to a wide-open Shaquila Zuberi, and Shaquila shoots and scores from downtown Oakland. Oakland Tech finally gets one to fall as Naila Davis fires and hits from three-point land. But it was all Piedmont in the first half. Janelle Solis with the spin move and the bucket just before the buzzer as the Highlanders take a big lead at halftime. Brianna Webb still sizzling hot in the second half for the Highlanders. Brianna takes the pass from Zuberi and banks in the trifecta as Piedmont pulls off the upset and moves on to the NorCal Division I quarterfinals. Webb and Solis leading the way for the Highlanders.
Hillsdale coming off its first section title in school history, earning the second seed in the D3 NorCals, taking on Granada. Both looking for a trip to the NorCal final game. The Mats' Amir Anwari takes a shot on goal, but Marco Hernandez keeps it safe. Skipping ahead to the 32nd minute, Sebastian Nowak gets control of it, fires on goal, but Kyle Cross comes up with an incredible save. Hillsdale gets the corner kick. Tyler Hughes sends it into the box. Brady Skidmore heads it in, and the Fighting Knights go up 1-0 on the Skidmore goal. And in the final minute of the first half, the Knights are threatening again. Skidmore with a low pass. The keeper comes out, and Nasith Andrabadu taps it in the near corner. Hillsdale scores its second goal and would go on to win it 2-0. The Fighting Knights will play for a NorCal title for the first time in school history. Each week, the Rikes Center presents the Gary Rikes Players of the Week Award.
Remember to vote for the Player of the Week on our YouTube membership page. The Players of the Week are featured in a rap performed by our friends at the Rikes Center. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
All right. Rikes Center, 49ers Cal High Sports. These are Gary Rikes Players of the Week. One of the best in his section, Jalen Stokes delivered on the court like he was mailing notes. Really balling out of control for Dougherty Valley. More achievements added to his seniority tally with a monster game. 31 points scored, a double-double, cause he hauled in 17 boards, culminating in a section title for the Wildcats, giving Jalen and his squad a whole lot to smile at. Watch for the splash and don't miss the flood. It's a tsunami of buckets for Alyssa Rudd. She put up career best numbers when it counted in the Open Championship. She couldn't be doubted, no matter if it was a jumper, a drive to the hoop. She had it working from three-pointers to underhanded scoops. 25 points and 16 boards grabbed. San Ramon Valley's now waving the championship flag. Yeah. Bennett Roth, Rikes Center, 49ers Cal High Sports. Gary Rikes, Players of the Week.
Presentation High School San Jose's all-girls high school presents the Female Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week's Presentation High's Female Scholar Athlete is Dulcie Vale from the Acalanes girls basketball team. Dulcie flashy on the court and sparkling in the classroom with a 4.4 GPA.
At Presentation High School, every student thrives in their warm and welcoming community. As a small by design school, Presentation ensures each student is individually known and supported by our dedicated faculty and staff, empowering them to excel academically and grow as unique individuals. Our friendly students foster an inclusive and supportive environment, embracing new classmates and sharing their experiences that make Prez so special. Presentation invites you and your student to learn more about this community at presentationhs.org and sign up for a personal tour today.
The Golden State Warriors bring us the Basketball Coach of the Week every week.
This week's Warriors Coach of the Week is Marcus Schroeder from De La Salle. The Spartans taking the NCS Open Division title last week. Marcus Schroeder, this week's Golden State Warriors Coach of the Week. Coming up, the NorCal Division I playoff game with Moreau Catholic and Dougherty Valley in a thriller.
And boys and girls NorCal soccer action with Bellarmine and De La Salle and Bishop O'Dowd and Mitty when 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank return.
At U.S. Bank, we know how good it feels to reach your milestones, but we also know what really goes into getting you there. That's why we introduced Co-Browse, which connects you to a real banker in real time to help you do anything from adding a new debit card, learning how to save smarter, even creating spending limits.
Mind if I just grab the one?
With Co-Browse, we're always there for you on your road to here, because there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Each evening, Zoe's late-night reading took her on a learning adventure. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls for service champions. Because of our well-trained technicians like Zoe, we can make the guarantee that we'll fix it right the first time or it's free. Service Champions is now offering a $58 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Dub Nation, you ready? Here we go.
Ramon down the lane to dunk it down! Exclamation point!
Moody with
with 1 second, puts it up, banked it in. 3.3 to work with. Buddy here.
The switch to Lively. 3, Curry.
It's game time, Dub Nation. The time is now. Get your tickets at Warriors.com.
Dougherty Valley won the NCS Division I title last week, earning the Wildcats the 6th seed in the NorCal D1 bracket.
The Wildcats facing 11th seeded Moreau Catholic. The Mariners with a miracle win, answering the question, how can you score 5 points in less than a second? Dougherty and Moreau in this week's Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game, meaning both teams get tasty chicken sandwiches after the game. Our Jake Vanderbrook was there.
Welcome to NorCal basketball. It's win or go home, and that's the case in San Ramon for this interesting Division I showdown between Moreau Catholic and Dougherty Valley. The Mariners pulled off the Moreau miracle, scoring 5 points in less than a second in one of the craziest endings you'll witness in a game to capture the NCS D2 title. Callan Hampton continues to set the bar high, averaging just over 19 points a game. Meanwhile, the Wildcats captured the NCS D1 crown. Jalen Stokes had himself a week. His last 2 games resulted in double-doubles, scoring a combined total of 48 points with 28 rebounds. So let's go to our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game, and those Wildcats are off to a great start with Zane Mozajidi nailing the trifecta from the wing. Nice shot there. Mariners respond on the other end with this Pacific-bound senior getting the three-pointer to go. Nice shot there by Mr. Callan Hampton. But the Wildcats got off to a hot start. Here's the UC Davis-bound senior Jalen Stokes getting the basket to go. It's 18-9 Wildcats after 1. And those Wildcats continue to attack. Kenny Cloud had a great game. Here he attacks the basket. Nicely done. And then watch this. Final seconds of the half. Kenny's got to put up a shot. Off balance and swish! Kenny nails the shot at the buzzer, but Moreau Catholic storms back, ladies and gentlemen. Kareem Jackson Jr. finds Isaiah Clendenin for the 3. Yup, then Clendenin wants to push the pace. Oh, this is a great finish with the left hand. 14 points for the magnificent sophomore, but the Mariners are trailing 48-39 after 3. But Callan Hampton says, down 9, no problem, I got you. Here Callan gets into a groove, hitting the step-back jumper. Oh yeah, and he can nail the long ball off the catch and shoot. Swish! This kid is sensational. Then Clendenin running the floor, drives to the cup, bucket plus the foul. It's 53-52 Moreau. But Jalen Stokes has no quit in that dog. Battled with foul trouble all game long, but here he steals the rock and flushes it down. 23 points for Jalen. Back and forth we go. Give the rock to Hampton. Pull up, yes sir! 43 points for Hampton. Final seconds left. Wildcats down 3. They need a 3. Give it to Cloud. Heaves up a prayer. The buzzer. Bang! What a shot by Kenny! All tied at 69. Overtime basketball in San Ramon. But Moreau Catholic kept its cool and delivered when it was needed most. Hampton nails the baseline J to extend Moreau's lead to 4. And to top it off, great ball movement leads to this Dominic Walker basket. Moreau Catholic wins a thriller and moves on to the next round of the NorCal Division I playoffs. 84-76 was the final.
This whole year, I feel like we've been a second-half team. So honestly, just coming back is what we've done all year. So this game was no different for us. Our coach just talked to us the whole time. We all kept a positive mindset, and we just got the job done.
In San Ramon with the Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers Cal High Sports.
Tyler Flipson checking in for the NorCal D1 semifinals. The De La Salle Spartans hosting the Bellarmine Bells. Spartans strike first. Matthew Vajecki finds Preston Spalasso crossing and scores. Spartans up 1-0, protecting that lead all first half. Jumping to the second half, Vajecki to Spalasso's header and scores! In the 54th minute, De La finds themselves ahead 2-0. But the Bells start to find their groove. Ben Sutton's penalty kick rifles in the left side. Bellarmine only trails by 1 with 30 minutes to play. But the Spartans find the net yet again. This time, it's Ronan Radigan. Goal! The Spartans protecting their lead 3-1 in the 60th minute. The Bells continue to fight though. Shimizu's shot deflected, but Aiden Dempsey is there for the goal. Bring it back to just a one-score deficit, 3-2. Final 7 minutes now, and it's Radigan. A heat-seeking missile that scores, making it 4-2. The Bells would score once more, but it was too little, too late. De La Salle is moving on to the NorCal D1 Finals with a big game from Radigan and Spalasso.
Here come the Mitty Monarchs hosting Bishop O'Dowd in this NorCal semifinal game. The Monarchs strike early. Murphy Walsh into the box. 3 players go down. The ball goes out to Zaire Brandt, who sends it across the box to Vesa Vathulia, who left foots at home. 1-0 Monarchs in the 6th minute. Same score second half as the clearing pass is intercepted by Vathulia, who keeps her balance and rips it past the keeper. It's Vesa's second goal of the game, 2-0, 42nd minute. Still 2-0, 6 minutes to play. Here come the Dragons. Paloma Jean-Baptiste ahead to Abby Forsgren, who is ruled onside, and Abby has a free path to the goal and rips it home. It's 2-1. Stoppage time now, and it's Isa Bonner Papazian sending a great ball into the box, and there to head it just inside the far post is Forsgren with her second goal of the match, and we're tied at 2-2. Sudden death overtime, and the goalies for both teams shine. Look at Mitty's Vivian Baker with a spectacular save. Later in OT, Walsh with a rocket blast, but Sam Scott with a leaping save, and we go to PKs. Scott with an early save to put O'Dowd ahead, but Mitty takes the lead 5-4 in the 6th round, and it's Leila Tusakovic with an amazing save to win it for the Monarchs, who celebrate a thrilling win to advance to the NorCal finals to meet St. Francis for the 4th time this season. Highlights from that one later in the show.
Service Champions honors student athletes who do great work around campus.
This week we spotlight Adelaide Chan from the Priory girls basketball team. Adelaide is the vice president of the school's honor society. She's also a member of the school's retreat club and the school's journalism club. Adelaide Chan with this week's Service Champions student spotlight.
D-Line Constructors presents the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week every week. This week's D-Line Constructors defensive play goes to Madison Gordon from Bishop O'Dowd, the Tulane University commit with a big-time block in the Dragons' win last week. Madison Gordon with this week's D-Line Constructors defensive play of the week.
Delta Dental honors entire teams who do great work in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award.
And this week we feature the Harker girls basketball team, the Eagles soaring on the field and in the classroom with a 3.88 combined GPA. Coming up, Sarah and Clayton Valley meet in the NorCal playoffs.
And Riordan takes on Salesian in the NorCal Open Division semifinal. But first, here is the U.S. Bank Top 10 Girls Basketball Poll.
My bad.
Baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag.
From the beginning, Moreau West Credit Union was created to provide a brighter financial future for you. We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
Moreau West worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, Moreau West works for me.
Moreau West works for me wherever adventure takes us.
Moreau West Credit Union. Let us work for you. Today, tomorrow, together.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance?
And that too.
Applebee's Pick Six with NFL head coach Dan Campbell.
A pick six is when the defense intercepts the ball and runs it back for a touchdown. And when that happens on Sunday, you get 6 free boneless wings at Applebee's on Monday. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Diamond Training and Development is the Bay Area's largest training facility. Our expert coaches with decades of experience will help you raise your game to the next level. Diamond Training and Development makes sure you stay safe while you train to keep you in the game. Our state-of-the-art equipment will help make your game better than the rest. For baseball, softball, and personal training, Diamond Training and Development will help you get the game you want. Start getting better today.
To the NorCal Division II bracket now, where the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles come in as the 9th seed. The Uggs, led by Elijah Perryman's 17 points a game and Zion Grissom's 12 points a game.
Clayton Valley taking on Sarah from the West Catholic League. The Padres with a 16-11 overall record. The D2 playoff game played at Clayton Valley Tuesday night. Vince Ellis introduced with his Clayton Valley team as the Uggs face Sarah. Clayton Valley with an early lead, toss it out to Zion Grissom for a deep three. Zion is an outstanding sophomore. More Clayton Valley as Utah State-bound senior Elijah Perriman drives the lane and hits a tough left-hander. The Ugly Eagles play tough D. Cannon Simpson to steal. The ball goes ahead to Ellis. It's a 17-8 Clayton Valley lead. Second quarter, Wyatt Blanco looking to pass and says, hey, why not? And that was a good idea as Blanco is getting hot. Back comes Clayton Valley. Jet Tran to Ellis, cruising the baseline, way up as the ball goes around and in. Ellis with 2 and 1. But Sarah makes a run to finish the second. Blanco working free behind the back dribble. Then Blanco again, another 3 to cut the Clayton Valley lead to 6. This time Blanco attracting a double team, so he fires down low to Chris Philpott, and it's a 4-point Ugly Eagle lead. Third quarter, Perryman driving and dishing to Ellis as Clayton Valley gets the momentum back. And Perryman with more dishes than my dirty sink. Look at this one as Perryman drives the lane in. Oh, that was nice as Jacob Gentry finishes and the lead balloons to 10. Perryman this time taking it himself, diving to the basket for 2. He's okay. And now Ellis over to Grissom. And the sensational 6'5 sophomore nails the 3 from the corner. Ellis leading the Ugly Eagles with 22 points. I like the lefty hook. Clayton Valley wins it and advances to the NorCal Division I quarterfinal game.
Here we go, it's Riordan and Salesian for the NorCal Open Division semifinal. Elias Urbanian started the game on fire. Elias lines it up and hits from three-point land as the Pride take a 1-point lead. Then it's Elias with the drive and the finish as Salesian takes an 18-14 lead after 1. More Salesian in the second. Isaiah Davis kicks it out to Elias Urbania, who makes it splash from deep as the Pride extend their lead to 7. But here come the Crusaders. Kirby Seals with the pass to Ryder Bush, and Ryder throws it down with 2 hands. Now it's John Tofi, the linebacker from the football team, going all the way to the bucket as Riordan takes a 25-23 lead. Then Jusir Rancher drives. Oh my goodness! Jusir going up high and down hard! 29-27 Riordan at the half. To the second half now, and here's Rancher again, this time making a splash all the way from the Chase Center. Salesian fights back. Carlton Perulia drives and gets the lane to fall. Carlton finished the game with 9 points. Here's Andrew Hillman on the other end, going all the way to the rack for the finish as the Crusaders take a 3-point lead. Elias Urbania returns the favor as Elias gets a tough shot to fall with Riordan defenders all over him, but it was Rancher getting the last word to end the quarter. Just here from way outside, he got it! 45-41 Riordan Crusaders after 3. Then in the fourth, Hillman gets past the defender and lays down the hammer! Andrew finished the game with 13 points. Salesian trying to answer back, but JP Pittoffs says, get that out of here! As Riordan moves on to the NorCal Open Division Final, well, they will take on De La Salle next week.
Chick-fil-A brings us stories of athletes who inspire us.
Sarai Starks wrote to us asking why girls' sports don't get the same kind of attention and treatment as the boys. Well, that was a very good question, we thought, so we went out to get some answers. This is the final game of the regular season for the Ignacio Valley girls basketball team. The Wolves are not in playoff contention, so for the team's 3 seniors, this is the final game of their high school career, including Sarai Starks.
The popular term, she's a dog. She's fierce though.
So Sarai has a nickname that she was given when she was a younger player. We call her Scrappy. Hard working, do all, try to get it done. All the intangibles that you need from a basketball player, that's Sarai Starks.
It's my speed. So I could outrun a lot of girls. And then all I did was play basketball all my years. So it's just like muscle memory, just get the ball and hoop.
Sarai averaged 27.5 points a game this season. That led the league and section. While putting up those historic numbers, Sarai says the stands remained nearly empty.
It's always silent. Like, every time I look back at our recordings, because they post our game on our little chat, it would be like 2 people in the stands.
Sarai is just one of many female student athletes who notice a lack of fans at games, a pattern that spans across all teams, leagues, and sections.
It's always way more people at boys' games than it is girls' games.
At a game back in February, this is what the stands looked like for a rivalry game between 2 boys' teams. Well, across town, this is the same girls' matchup. The games are happening at the same time at different locations. And in this case, fans were required to choose to attend either the girls' game or the boys' game, which happens more often than not in the regular season. So the scheduling of games could be one of the reasons for the low turnout at girls' games. It could also be because of the promotion and media coverage and community engagement. Some leagues in the area are suggesting going back to scheduling doubleheaders with the boys and girls varsity basketball teams. The Oakland Athletic League and the West Alameda County Leagues already do this, allowing fans to watch both games. That scheduling decision could also have a positive effect on media coverage. Major media outlets have cut down its sports departments in recent years, and Bay Area news organizations are no exception. Less reporters are needed when two games are played at the same site concurrently. And how can people support these outlets? By subscribing, engaging, and advertising. Out of everything, Sarai says community support is what matters the most to her.
I think it would just make me feel, I don't know, it would make me feel good about myself too. Yeah, because it just seemed like everybody praised the boys. We just want to be heard too a little bit.
Sarai has always been a person that looks at everybody as being the same. I don't care if you're a boy. She's a winner at everything she do. She always want to be great. Everything has to be like right and perfect. And so she gets upset when things aren't happening the way she feel like it should, and it's not equal for her, because it's almost getting in the way of this perfection that she feels like she can obtain if it was there.
When you are an athlete and you work as hard as we do to get to the levels that we are and playing, you want somebody to come see you. You want to showcase your stuff. You want somebody to see your talent. That's the main thing as an athlete. I want to show the world that I can play the game that I love.
Girls sports don't just need fans in the stands. They need attention in the media too. And that is why our show makes covering these athletes a priority. But real change takes more than one outlet. It takes a community rallying behind these players just like they do for the boys. Sarai is looking to play at the next level, and she has more than enough talent to do so. And we have some exciting news. Our coverage of women's sports is getting even stronger. We have a deal in the works for a sponsor to become the lead sponsor for all of our women's sports coverage, helping us shine a bigger spotlight on these athletes.
Yeah, and the people that really care about coverage of women's sports, get involved, be part of it. Sign up for our Instagram, follow us on Instagram. Support the people that cover the girls' sports.
And Sarai just wants fans at the games, just show up to the games. Yeah, be loud, be a presence in the stands.
Yeah, support. All right, Moreau West Credit Reunion brings us the Moreau West Merit Award. This award honors teachers all around the Bay Area.
Here is Ella Rabbits from Los Gatos High School talking about her favorite teacher, Lucia Contreras.
My favorite teacher is Senora Contreras. She comes to all of our games. More than half of our teammates have had her for Spanish, and she's the greatest teacher. She comes to every single one of our games, and she supports us throughout it all. She puts pictures of us on her slides before we go into class, and she's just great. Love her. We all love her.
Diamond Training and Development is an amazing baseball, softball, and training facility in Sunnyvale, led by former professional ball player and our good friend Adam Shorsher.
Each week, Diamond Training and Development brings us a diamond in the rough. This is a young athlete who is headed towards great success in their sport. And this week, we feature Grace Curley from the St. Francis basketball team. Grace averaging 12 points a game, and she is just a sophomore. Grace Curley, this week's Diamond Training and Development Diamond in the Rough.
Coming up, Division I NorCal playoffs with Oakland Tech and Redwood.
Then Mitty and St. Francis Part 4 in the NorCal final game. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Applebee's Pick 6 with NFL head coach Dan Campbell.
A pick six is when the defense intercepts the ball and runs it back for a touchdown. And when that happens on Sunday, you get 6 free boneless wings at Applebee's on Monday. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
For over 65 years, Delta Dental has been at the forefront of progressive healthcare for all, offering high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. At Delta Dental, we're committed to pushing the industry to transform modern healthcare so your family gets more moments that matter for generations to come. Schedule your oral health checkup today.
I'm Nancy Lambert, the director of the Schwab Learning Center at CHC. In a world where every second counts, education doesn't have to be a struggle. At the Schwab Learning Center, Our learning specialists work one-on-one with high school and college students with ADHD, dyslexia, and other learning differences. We work with you to understand your learning and attention strengths and challenges. We help you develop strategies that optimize the way you learn. Discover the power of personalized learning that empowers students to excel. Your success is our mission.
I know that the model of credit unions is the very best one for human beings, and so how we bring that to life can truly transform people's lives.
Lumen brings to us the capability to be able to serve members in ways that we haven't before. It is really about enhancing that need for that particular individual like we've never been able to do before, and I'm extremely excited about that.
He's got nothing but the open field in front of him. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
Touchdown celebration! Touchdown celebration! 49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by Valley Christian Schools, supporting your quest for excellence. Help us bring positive attention to Bay Area teams every week. Become a 49ers Cal High Sports sponsor. Scan the QR code for details.
Back to the NorCal playoffs now with a Division I early round game. The Oakland Tech Bulldogs have had a great season with our player of the year, Ardarius Grayson, leading a very talented squad.
He's really good. The 8th-seeded Bulldogs meeting 9th-seed Redwood in the opening round. The Giants' Mitty Carr led the Marin County League champs this year. A great matchup, and the game played on Tuesday night.
Back to Oakland now for the NorCal Division I first-round game between Redwood and Oakland Tech. The Bulldogs take control early. Zanmeyer Pletner fakes, then fires one in the corner. Splash. Mitty Carr had a big game from Redwood. Mitty from way outside delivers! Mitty Carr from way downtown. Tech has lots of talent this season. Here's Caleb Rollins with the drive and the finish. 16-14 Bulldogs after one. Redwood answers back in the second. Carr over to Noah Tanaka in the corner, and Noah shoots and scores from deep to tie the game at 21. But Ardarius Grayson comes alive later in the quarter. Ardarius all the way from Merritt College. Ardarius tries one again from way outside, and Ardarius knocks it down again. It's gotta be those brand new Steph Curry shoes. Now it's Pletner over to Grayson in the corner. Bang! Ardarius again from three-point land. 39-25 Oakland Tech at halftime. More Bulldogs in the second half. Grayson dishes it to a wide-open Kingston High for three, and the King makes it splash from downtown. Then it's Ardarius again with the pass, this time to Jason Davis, and Jason makes it right from three-point land. 60-35 Tech after three. Mitty Carr trying to rally Redwood back in the fourth. Mitty throws down the two-handed jam, but it was all Bulldogs in this one. Grayson to Davis again, and again Jason makes it splash from deep as the Bulldogs win it 71-57 to move on to the NorCal Division I quarterfinal game. Grayson leading the way for the Bulldogs.
The NorCal D1 Championship is a rematch of the CCS D1 final with Mitty and champion St. Francis. St. Francis with an early look. Emmy Solito looks for Cameron Rosa. Rosa puts a header on net, but the freshman Chloe Miller is there to save the goal with a header of her own. Second half now, Shelby Hopwood passes ahead to Scarlett Martinez, who has one defender to beat. St. Francis's Tori Williams catches up and forces a wide shot to keep it scoreless. Final 7 minutes of the game, Mimi Yamamoto to Salida. Emmy finds Milani Macassini off balance. Milani scores! The sophomore puts St. Francis 7 minutes away from a NorCal championship. Not over yet, Mitty looking for a late equalizer. Here's a shot on net, and Annie Leesbraun puts her body on the line to make the save. The whistle blows, and St. Francis storms the field, topping off the season with a NorCal championship alongside the CCS D1 and WCAL championships, finishing 21-2-1 behind head coach Carlos Barboza.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, leading to $10,000 in scholarships to be handed out by Lexus of Stevens Creek.
This week's Volunteer Award goes to James Taylor from the Los Altos boys soccer team. James volunteers at the Beechwood School in Menlo Park, where he helps students there in both academics and daily exercise. He shares why he thinks it's so important to volunteer.
With the kids, I think it helps them out academically and strive through their years at school better, because they look up to me as like a role model, and I think I'm useful to their school life.
Valley Christian High School is always on a quest for excellence, so Valley Christian honors student athletes who are on their own quest for excellence. Here's Roman Waugh from Oakland.
I want to make it to college, obviously,
I'm not sure what I want to do, like, when I go to school. Like, I don't know what I want to study for, but I just want to make it to college, get my family. I want to get a good job.
Valley Christian School's third annual Lunar New Year celebration had an outstanding turnout. Put on by student-run culture clubs, this event had delicious food, vibrant dance and music performances, a student art gallery, crafts, games, and so much more. It was an incredible showcase of culture and community spirit. Learn more about Valley Christian's culture clubs and become a warrior today at vcs.net. Coming up, girls NorCal playoff action with Bishop O'Dowd and Riordan.
And more NorCal hoops action for the girls with Castilleja and Mills. But first, here is this week's learning tip from the Schwab Learning Center.
Our SLC learning specialists are here to help you develop skills and share tips that make learning with dyslexia easier, like adjusting the font and spacing of the text to help keep track of lines when reading, incorporating multisensory learning using visual, auditory, and tactile techniques to reinforce learning, breaking instructions into small steps to ensure understanding before moving on. Discover the power of personalized learning support at the Schwab Learning Center.
Back to NorCal girls basketball in the Division I bracket with the Riordan Crusaders earning the 6th seed after finishing second in the West Catholic League.
Riordan hosting Bishop O'Dowd this week. The Dragons winning the NCS Division I title, earning the 11th seed. The Dragons looking for the upset at Riordan this week.
Bishop O'Dowd crosses the Bay Bridge to take on Riordan in the opening round of the NorCal D1 bracket. Simdi Chukwu gets fouled on her way to the rim to give BOD an early lead. Then Jayla Stokes gets a hold of the ball and sprints the court. Jayla fakes out the two tall defenders for the bucket. Riordan stays in it. Chloe Yon to Trenia Dunbar to end the first. It's 12-10 O'Dowd. Ella Bibbins kicks out to Chukwu from beyond the arc. A nice bounce for Simdi. It's good. The BOD lead is up to 7. Talia Nasol to Maxine Sutizna to Tara Dokic in the paint to cut the deficit to 5. Final moments of the half, Myella Chapman to Taryn Green. Green drives and finishes as O'Dowd takes a 10-point lead into the locker room. Out of the half, Emmeline Haw to a cutting Green. A great game for Taryn. She lays it in here, but Riordan doesn't quit. End of the quarter, Dunbar steps back and shoots from deep. She got it! It's a 4-point game going into the fourth. Sutizna to Yan in the corner. How about another 3? That's good. It's a 1-point O'Dowd lead. Stokes screens, Chukwu drives and finds Madison Gordon. Gordon gets the bucket and one as Bishop O'Dowd holds off a late Riordan push to move on to the next round.
Time for the NorCal Division IV quarterfinal game between Castilleja and Mills. Sophia Kwan had a big game for the Vikings. Sophia takes the pass and lays it in, plus the foul. Castilleja on the fast break now. Antonia Vallejos going all the way to the bucket as the Gators take a 14-13 lead after 1. Second quarter now, and Kwan drives and gets the lay-in to fall as the Vikings take a 1-point lead. But Castilleja fires back. Vallejos kicks it out to Layla Gallon, and Layla shoots and scores from 3-point land. 26-21 Gators at the half. More Gators in the second half. Vallejos kicks it out to Landry Agnich in the corner, and Landry makes it splash from deep. Now it's Vallejos again with the pass, this time to Violet Yick, who drills her shot from Stanford, and it's 41-30 Castilleja after 3. Mills rallies back in the fourth. Riley De La Fuente to Kelly Ho for 3. She puts it in as the Vikings pull to within 2. Mills with the chance to win it late, but the shot is not in time! The Cinderella story continues for Castilleja. Another upset for the Gators as they go on to win it 44-41 and move on to the NorCal D4 semifinals.
Venari Zurada is your faithful injury attorneys, bringing us the hometown hero every week.
This week we honor Jeff Lemire from Palo Alto High School. Jeff served as the assistant athletic director at Stanford for 8 years. He's currently in his 7th season as the Palo Alto boys basketball head coach. Jeff has led the Vikings to 3 league titles, a CCS Division I title in 2020, and was recently honored as the CCS Honors Coach for boys basketball. Congratulations to Jeff Lemire, this week's Bernardi Zurada hometown hero.
Albany's Construction brings us the Dirty Work play each week. This is a play that shows the same type of grit and determination, brought to you by all of the good folks at Albany's Construction.
This week's Dirty Work play goes to Alyssa Rudd from San Ramon Valley. Alyssa risking life and limb, taking the charge for the Wolves in their section title win last week. Alyssa Rudd doing the dirty work, just like all of the hard-working folks at Albany's Construction. The San Jose Earthquakes present the Soccer Players of the Week. The Girls Soccer Player of the Week is Amanda Cayeri from the Monte Vista soccer team. Amanda with 15 saves for the Mustangs in their NCS title win.
The Boys Earthquakes Player of the Week is Edwin Moreno from Alvarez. Edwin with the go-ahead goal in the Eagles CCS title win last week.
Coming up, it's the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week as two of the Bay Area's very best, San Ramon Valley and Pinewood, meet in the Girls Open Division.
And Los Gatos battles California in girls hoops right here on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and the celebrations, but for all the hard work it took to get there. We are in for all of it. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City and thousands of other bankers around the country. Because together we're proving there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
This is gonna be big.
Are you ready?
A big one coming! A big one coming!
Soccer's biggest stars.
Major League Soccer has begun.
All on the Bay's biggest stages. It's the start of a whole new era. We home for the season kickoff. The future starts now.
Six teams in the NorCal Open Division for girls. Two great teams meeting in the first round this week. Pinewood lost to Mitty by 8 in the CCS Open Division final. A strong performance by the Panthers.
San Ramon Valley with a big win in the NCS Open Division title game, the Wolves' first ever Open Division title. The big game is this week's Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. I guess I got to be there, huh?
You were there?
Yeah, I was there. San Ramon Valley, the winner of the NCS Open Division, facing Pinewood, the runner-ups of the CCS Open. It's the Wolves drawing the 3 seed. Alyssa Rudd is coming off a double-double performance in the NCS title game. The Wolves are so young that each of tonight's starters is starting in her very first NorCal game. Pinewood's Jolyn Ding coming off a 17-point game last week, and these two teams have seen each other before. Back in January, Pinewood got the best of SRV that night, but this win will hit a little bit different. It's do or die, and it's our Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. San Ramon Valley takes an early 4-point lead before Jolyn Ding grabs her own rebound and gets the put back. But Ella Gunderson has a big first quarter for the Wolves as she gets the lay-in to go. It's 11-8 SRV after 1. Carly Stern gets it to Alyssa Rudd. Rudd to Hanya Bose for the corner 3. You betcha! The SRV lead is 8, but here come the Panthers. Ding out to Catherine Garr. Blink and you'll miss this catch and release. So fast, the Panthers cut the lead to 3. Valerie Kelker from the top of the key drives, throws up the shot, count the bucket and the foul, and Pinewood would go on to take the 17-16 lead. Stern looking for an open man, and instead she finds an open shot, and the Wolves take back the 2-point lead. Kelker gets control of it, gives it to Caitlin Kramer. Kramer says, giddy up. The first half was an exciting one. Check out this feed from Kramer to a driving Jolyn Ding, and we are all tied up with a minute and a half left in the first half. Can SRV take the lead before the break? Maya Knapp says, why not? The three for the sophomore gives SRV the 25-22 lead at the half. Check out this rebound from Rudd in the middle of 4 Panthers. She gets control, feeds the freshman, Caitlin Mills. SRV keeps Pinewood to just 3 points in the third quarter. Ella Gunnarsson with a big night for the Wolves, the sophomore, getting that physical bucket to go. Rudd finishes just 1 point shy of a double-double as San Ramon Valley runs away with this one. Gunnarsson tops it off with one of her 3 threes on the night. 14 points total for the sophomore. San Ramon Valley wins its first ever NorCal Open game. 2 back-to-back blowout wins for the Wolves. Ella, how does it feel?
It feels really good. You know, we did it against Oaklawanis, and we're doing it again tonight, and that's going to be the rest of our road because we've kind of scrimmaged against these teams. We know they're good, but we just come out and we dominate.
In Danville for the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week, I'm Aubrey Tolliver, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The Los Gatos girls basketball team coming off a CCS Division I title.
The girls meeting Cal in the NorCal playoffs, but first they met with our Jake Vanderbrook at the Rikus Center this week.
And we are here at the Rikus Center for Human Enhancement where goals are achieved. Got goals? And here's the girls basketball team from Los Gatos High School. Make some noise! These are your CCS D1 champs, the second section title in 3 years, and we're starting off with Nicole Steiner, who's been with this program all 4 years of varsity. Just talk about what the CCS title means to you.
It definitely means a lot to us because, well, 3 of us seniors, we got the first CCS win as freshmen, and now after winning a league 3 years in a row, like it's good to finally be in D1 and get the chance to win CCS instead of going up to Open Division.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations for Los Gatos. Ashley Childers was a big reason why. 15 points in a huge game against Menlo Atherton. You know, what was working for you in that game for you, the ladies to get the job done?
I think really everyone was just finding me down low. Shout out to like Nicole and everyone else. Great passes, and I just was able to go up easy, get those easy layups and buckets down low.
Yeah, I mean, the key in that game is that you guys got off to a fantastic start, and you guys never looked back. That was the reason why. So finally, we make our way over to Rita Zhao. Obviously, when NorCal's coming up, you guys are going to be representing the 12 seed in the Division II bracket. What is it going to take for this team to make a run for a NorCal title?
I think just like doing the same things we've been doing and like working as a team, dominating the small details and just like focusing on what's been working for us and just continuing with that.
All right, awesome. Ladies, thank you so much. And here are the highlights for their big game against California. We have the highlights coming up next. Take us out with a break.
Tyler Flipson here with the Los Gatos Wildcats for round 1 of D2 NorCal's taking on the California Grizzlies. Cats come out clawing. It's Ella Rabbit splashing her 3 from the corner. LG trails by 1. Cal's next possession. Sophie Adiego sweet dish to Trinity Chu in the finish. Grizzlies lead 8-5. 2 minutes later, Los Gatos Ashley Childers finds Nicole Steiner down low and flips it in, cutting the Gatos deficit to 6. But Cal responds immediately. Lauren Yee's drive to the rack, rolling in and 1. The Grizzlies lead 20-7 at the end of the first. California really finds its momentum into the second. Taylor Lim from 3-land, yes! Lana Vu saw that one from Lim and said, I've got that shot too, and she bangs the 3 like it's too easy. LG continues to fight. Jenna Webb in the corner, count it for the freshman. We go to the half with a demanding 37-17 Cal lead. It was all Grizzlies in the second half. Check this one out, folks. Lauren Yee in the corner for 3, nothing but net and 1. That's a 4-point play for the senior and seals the deal. Cal takes down Los Gatos 58-40 and is moving on to the next round of NorCal.
Coming up, the Division III NorCal semifinal game.
But first, here is the U.S. Bank Bay Area Top 10 Boys Basketball Poll. To the boys Division III NorCal bracket where the Carlmont Scots are the 5th seed, the Scots winning the CCS Division I title.
Carlmont taking on University High from San Francisco. The Red Devils winning the Bay County's West League this season. The 4th and 5th seeds meeting at Kezar Stadium Thursday night.
Let's head the Keysar for this Division III NorCal match between Carlmont and University, and this Camden No kid can heat up at any moment. Here, Camden buries the three in the corner, nice shot there, but University is known for shooting three-pointers as well. Lucas Lau finds Elijah Williams, you betcha. 13-11 Red Devils after one. Carlmont continues to light it up from three-point land. Camden No was able to knock down 6 three-pointers, including this triple, to give Carlmont its first lead of the game. University responds with the senior captain, Jason Morris, driving in to get 2 of his 19 points. Then Lucas Lau goes with the little shake and bake. Oh, he's so crafty. Draws a pump fake, hoop plus the harm. 21 points for Lucas, but Carlmont was on a roll. Camden No had himself a game with 22 points. It's 28-24 Scots at the half, and the Scots would pull away in the second half, turning defense into points with Franklin Quo finishing at the rack, plus the foul, 35-27 Scots. You know everything was falling for the Scots, especially when Jeremiah Phillips throws up a shot over his back. My goodness. And Phillips had a great game, chipping away with 11 points. Carlmont has a 41-27 lead after 3. And to top it off, Franklin Quo comes away with the steal, and yeah, you might as well throw it down, young fella. Carlmont advances to the Division III NorCal semifinal round, beating University 68-57.
The Harker School brings us the Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week's Harker Scholar Athlete is Alvin Loving from the Salesian boys basketball team. Alvin with a very impressive 3.94 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. The last week of February was Culture Week at Harker, as students from all campuses celebrated their cultural heritage through performances, clothing, food, and more. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. DGDG.com brings us a Be Happy play each week. This is a play in a game that made everyone happy.
This week's Be Happy play goes to the Mitty girls soccer team. Leila Tutakovic with the save to win it for the Monarchs in penalty kicks to move on to the NorCal Division I final, and the girls were happy about it. Want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion play of the week. We'll see which play gets it next.
But first, here is this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, sponsored by Lumen Digital.
Show your teen how you budget for household expenses and involve them in discussions about financial decisions. Digital banking apps with personalized dashboards make it easy to track spending by category and review in real time.
Service by Medallion brings us the play of the week. Every week it's a play we thought was the very best from all of the plays this week.
Here's Adrian Soriano with the Service by Medallion play of the week.
Let's start off with Mitty's Leila Tutakovic with this save to send the Monarchs to the NorCal final game. But the play of the week goes to Dougherty Valley's Kenny Cloud with the buzzer beater 3 to send the game to overtime. One more time, Kenny Cloud on Cloud 9. You just won the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Next week, we'll have an exciting show as we talk to our players of the year from the winter season and have highlights from state championships. We'll see you then.